We can continue after that with Raman. He's going to be talking about Triggerable Withdrawals, which is an interesting upgrade. And it has some implications for node operators, but maybe less than you would think. Raman's going to talk about that. So Raman, once you're ready, please take it away.
Hi everyone. So I'll take a few words about Triggerable Withdrawals. First of all, I want to talk a little bit about what do we have now. So we have a smart contract on the execution layer that named as Validator Exit Bus Oracle. It's responsible for requesting validator exits via events. So actually, node operator currently hosts the bot named validator rejector that tracks all these events, and as soon as it sees events in this contract, it sends a voluntary exit message to the consensus layer and start validator exiting on the consensus layer. So with upcoming triggerable withdrawals in Lido protocol, there will be another optional approach that could be triggered by anyone. So anyone can trigger validators to exit on the execution layer side via 7002 contract. This is a new contract that was introduced with Spectra upgrade hard fork. And as soon as any validator was requested to exit via validator exit bus, I mean, such event was minted in the validator exit bus contract. Anyone can trigger this validator and start exiting on the consensus layer. So, but there will be some kind of additional fee. First of all, this anyone guy should pay for the gas, and the next should pay for the special exit fee that presented in 7002 contract. It can be utilized also by node operators. For example, if there are issues with their infrastructure, exit infrastructure, they always can to avoid their validators will be late. To avoid that, they could trigger exits on the execution layer side, just with this mechanism. Yes, and also the next one, this is new easy tracks for the presented for our correlated node operators and simple DVT committee. So they will be able to ask their validators to exit in the validator exit bus contract. But only on their own. So created node operator can ask his validator to be exited. Maybe it could be useful in some very rare cases when the node operator lost access to his validators infrastructure. Next one, I want to announce the new version of validator rejector. Also, we introduced trust mode in this. So previously, our node operators have to fill the allow list for our Oracle members. So this way, we checked that the events was minted in the validator exit bus contract was really executed, asked to exit via our oracles, but there will be additional ways to ask such validators to exit via validator exit bus contract, such as Aragon voting and or easy tracks that I presented before. So in case if node operator runs a validator rejector near his execution layer node, or he 100% trusts this node, he can enable trust mode and forget about any operational work except uploading exit keys, for example. But if not, there will be additional setup required for the node operators that wants to utilize easy tracks. And also, in case of Aragon voting, there will be requirements to add to variables transaction hash of this Aragon vote enactment to be sure validator rejector will fetch and properly validate these exit events and send exit messages to the consensus layer. No, and of course, as said before, allow list for validator exit for validator members should be modified in case of any changes. So here's a sum up. So new permissionless flow to exit validators on the execution layer. Only validators that was asked to exit in validator exit bus Oracle, of course. New easy tracks for our created node operators and for simple DVT committee. And new version of validator rejector. So live on hooded testnet in few days and live on mainnet preliminary 13 August. That's all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Raman. We got a very, it's a question that I have, I've had when I've seen this this demo before. You have a very triggering slide that says anyone can trigger the exit. So I think it's important to say that we have the validator exit bus Oracle, which is basically a list of validators that have to be exited. So when the natural outflows are make it necessary for validators to be exited, basically the VBO does the exit bus Oracle, like adds them to the list of validators that should be exited. And currently our node operators monitor that list and they send automated or manually, they send the exit messages for those validators. Now in the future update, once we have triggerable withdrawals, that's not necessary anymore. Is that correct? So the node operators don't have to manually send out these validator exits, but anyone can literally trigger those exits. The node operators don't have to do it anymore. Where the only downside is that triggering it using triggerable exit costs money, costs gas and fees, and manual exits are more or less free. Is that correct?
Yep. Not manual, but voluntary exit messages signed by validators.
Yeah, like a normal initiated exit anyway. It could be a manual one, but there's too many of them for them to do it. So they have an automation setup, but they could very well do it manually, I guess. So that will still be going forward the most obvious way for at least node operators within the curator set, for example. That will be the main way to keep exiting validators that are listed in the VBO. Is that correct?
Yep. We still expect node operators to exit via voluntary messages.
Yeah. So there's currently, if they exit too late, there's a delayed period. So after 24 hours, their validator is marked as delayed, and another validator is requested to exit. And if that period goes up to 4 days, it's considered delinquent, and they actually get a penalty. So they get lowered income. Now, this almost never happens. I don't think it's happened in the past 2 years. And the only incident that I know of was right after the withdrawals went live, and people were still getting used to the mechanism. But these penalties are going to disappear as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, they burned. Yep.
But are delinquent node operators still going to be penalized going forward?
No, after this introducing of triggerable withdrawals, they only will be warned manually by not operator managers. And then we expect that created node operators will be professionals and will exit in time, actually.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, they always do, but it's interesting that now that we don't have this option anymore of relying on node operators to exit their validators, that we had to use an incentive like penalties. With triggerable exits, that's no longer necessary because we can trigger the exits ourselves if it's necessary, or anyone can trigger the exits, which is really cool, by the way. As long as it's been earmarked by the oracles that they have to be exited, I think it's a cool mechanism. It's important to know for node operators that they can't toss their exit infrastructure in the trash right now. It's still going to be used, so just keep that running for now and for the foreseeable future as well. I think that's it for now. Oh, there's one more question. Or Dima, if he's still around, how's that Holeshki testnet activity? Is that counting towards the ICS as well?
Yeah, sorry, I'm back. So due to the incident that happened on Holeshki, in general with Holeshki, we are currently thinking if we would be able or if we would be not able to consider performance records from the Holeshki testnet. I think we would be able to do that, but only up to the point when the very unfortunate Spectra upgrade happened on Holeshki testnet. But it is still to be investigated further if this data is still reliably retrievable from the nodes that are left in the network. After the official network shutdown, this information would no longer be used and would no longer be available. So I highly recommend joining Hudi testnet. It's a pretty easy and streamlined process, and especially for those who have no mainnet experience, joining the testnet and giving it a try is the best way to ensure a sufficient performance on mainnet and a very smooth experience on mainnet.
Thanks, Dima. Sorry, Raman, for cutting you off. I just want to say thank you for that talk. That's very insightful, and I want to thank our